Give it up for Laura High, everybody. Come on, Laura High. Let's go. Come on.
Hey, guys. How are y'all doing today? My name is Laura. People tell me I look like a Jewy Anne Hathaway who eats. I'm not taking your laughter as a compliment. I am an actor, though, and I do a lot of commercial work, and you learn how attractive you are based on the commercials you're casting. For example, I'm casting commercials that say, not actors, real people. I just look like someone they'd find. Before I was an actor, how I paid my rent was I was a babysitter. And I learned that this generation of kids are useless. They're useless! They're going to inherit a world of problems and not going to be able to do a thing about it. I mean, like, how are you going to handle global warming? You can't handle gluten. World War III ain't looking too good if you can be taken down by a muffin. Oh, but it's not the kid's fault, it's the parents' fault. Parents make dumb choices for their kids. For example, I was meeting this 5-year-old girl named Aspen, and I knew she was going to be horrible because her name is Aspen. And 5 minutes after meeting her, I knew I was right because the mom said, Aspen's favorite food is a seaweed salad. She's 4! She shouldn't like anything containing the word seaweed or salad. Put it together, this kid is Damien. Oh my goodness. Actually, the hardest part about babysitting kids is that kids can get like really creepy at times. Really creepy. I was tucking this 4-year-old girl into bed. Everything was really quiet. It was nice and soft. And then she just sat up, looked me dead in the face and said, "You're all alone in the forest and your dad is gone." I still don't know what that means. I haven't blinked since. The worst one though was I was babysitting this 6-year-old girl named Jane, and she looked so familiar and I couldn't place it. And then it hit me like a ton of bricks. She looked like the spitting image of Linda Blair from The Exorcist. Right? And look, I've been like a hardcore atheist for a while, but like my Catholic roots were eating at me, so I started to investigate. And I'm like, hey Jane, what's your favorite food? What's your favorite book? Do you like to walk on the ceiling? I tuck her into bed, everything's fine, it's all good, I'm out on my laptop, and then about an hour later I hear a noise, so I went to go check on her, but Jane was already there waiting for me. Drenched in light, butt naked. And as I said, I've been an atheist for like 10 years, but all of a sudden I'm like, bless me, Father, for I have sinned. It's been 10 years since my last confession. Send her back to bed. Mom comes home. I tell her what happened, and she goes, oh my God, Jane does that all the time. She also likes to move her furniture around at night. Did she do that? Have you seen Jane move her furniture? Or does it just end up in her And how's Jane's neck rotation? So like a normal 180, or is she particularly flexible? The parent-child dynamic is really interesting to me because I have a weird dynamic with my parents because I'm a sperm donor baby. For any of you guys who don't know what that means is I'm not the product of two people in love. I'm the product of a desperate woman and a man looking to make $200. And I was made when the technology was like brand new. I was the first one my doctor ever made. I was the first one my clinic ever made. I'm like the dog the Russians sent into space. As I said, this was like when the technology was new. Sperm banks didn't even exist yet. Someone had to go out and like find the sperm. And there were all these really weird laws at the time where you had to match the donors with the dads as best you could, between like hair color, eye color, ethnic background. But the number one thing you had to match before anything else was religion. Because religion really matters to the guy jacking off in the cup for cash. So, my dad is Christian. My mom is Christian. All of my blood relatives are Christian. Yet somehow I look a little bit kosher. I think what sperm. So I did one of those ancestry DNA tests where you like spit in a tube and they email you back your results. And I found out I was right. I am 50% Jewish. My husband's immediate reaction was, oh, that explains all the complaining. My first reaction went to something different. My first reaction went to something called Birthright. Birthright is not... Thank you, my fellow Jews. Birthright is a nonprofit organization that believes that if you have Jewish ancestry, and you can prove it, you get a 10-day expense-paid trip to Israel as part of your birthright. So after learning this incredible thing about myself, my first official Jew thought was, I want a free trip? Thank you all so much. My name is Laura.
Laura, come on, give it a